Ooh, do we got us a good one today? We're going to be talking about a hot rumor running around the NFL right now in regards to the Las Vegas Raiders potentially having interest in one Crazy Eyes, Adam Gase. All that and more on today's episode of the Raider D Podcast. All right, guys, we're going to jump right into this rumor. And how true is it? What type of facts kind of back this up that this could be an actual possibility? And why haven't we hired Cliff Kingsbury? Obviously, the best remaining potential offensive coordinator for the NFL and for the Raiders. First, let's address the issue of Adam Gase, who was a former Jets head coach, former Dolphins head coach, been in the NFL for quite some time. You know, he has mixed reviews. Obviously, he didn't do a whole lot as a head coach, but Peyton Manning says he's the best offensive coordinator in the history of the NFL. So there's a ringing endorsement. How much credit can you give to that being the fact that I think any offensive coordinator could have made Peyton Manning look good because he was just that good. With that being said, what is the basis of this rumor? Well, we know that Antonio Pierce has a relationship with Adam Gase. He brought Adam Gase in during the week of the Minnesota Vikings tragedy loss, where we failed to score a single point in that game and got shut out and lost 3-0. Too soon. The pain of that one still sears my heart. But that aside, we do know that Antonio Pierce does have a personal relationship with this guy, and though there is no official interview requested with him, it is now rumored that eyes have now shifted within the Raiders organization over to Crazy Eyes Adam Gase as a potential candidate for the offensive coordinator position. Now, listen, at this point, it is nothing more than a rumor. There are rumblings running around within the organization that he is the secret candidate for the offensive coordinator position. And I think that this would come as a great shock to Raider Nation. I think there might be some upheaval to it. But hey, again, this podcast, I'm not an expert. I'm not going to say one way or the other that he would be good as the offensive coordinator or bad as an offensive coordinator. This Raider D podcast, we are a fan-based podcast. We just simply love the Raiders and love to talk about the Raiders, and that's why I love commenting back and forth. And it doesn't matter if you give a super chat or a super thanks or you just drop a comment. I'm going to do my best to respond to each and every single one. Now, with that being said, we did get our first super thanks. We got a $2 super thanks and a $5 super thanks from these fantastic guys right here, so I'm going to pop them up on the screen. But you know what? I'm also going to pop up some really other good comments who didn't actually pay for their comments just to show their support to the Raider D podcast, because I love all of you, and that's fantastic. And I love commenting and back and forth in the conversations. Here's my take on Adam Gase. Is he the secret candidate for offensive coordinator? Yes. And I believe that simply because Antonio Pierce is in full control of this organization when it comes to the coaching staff. Now, Tom Telesco, his job isn't to go out and hire staff. That's the head coach's job. Tom Telesco, his job is to find us talent, to re-sign talent, and to get more draft picks and stuff like that. That's his job. Deal with the contracts. Coach, you deal with the coaching. And so the fact that Antonio Pierce brought him in as a consultant for the week that we lost to the Minnesota Vikings, no fault of Adam Gase. He wasn't the offensive coordinator, and he didn't call that game. But with that being said, I think that he is a true candidate for the offensive coordinator position.